Beyond the formal statements already presented, 3 additional accounts were gathered by the private investigator retained by Daniel's family. We present them without interpretation. The first comes from a man who lived in the building 4 years before the incident and had since moved out. He stated that during his time in the building in an apartment on the 3rd floor, he had twice experienced what he described as the feeling of the building changing. I know that sounds crazy, but there were 2 nights, separate nights, months apart, where I woke up and the building felt different. Not the temperature, not a sound, just the quality of the space, like something in it had shifted. Both times it was between 2 and 4 in the morning. Both times I fell back asleep, and by morning it was gone. He had not reported this to anyone until the investigator contacted him. He was unaware of what had happened to Daniel. The second account comes from a woman who worked the overnight shift at a convenience store 3 blocks from the building. She stated that on the night of November 7th into the 8th, she observed a man she believed to be a resident of the Holman Street building standing on the sidewalk across from the store. Between 2 a.m. and 2:30 a.m., she noticed him intermittently, just standing, facing the building. She described him as still, not like someone waiting for a cab or checking his phone, just still, looking up at the building. She could not provide a reliable physical description beyond adult, male, dark clothing. She did not see him leave. She did not see him walk toward the building. At some point between 2:30 and 3 a.m., she looked up and he was no longer there. The third account is the one Daniel's family has found most difficult to discuss. It comes from Daniel's sister. She stated that in the week before his disappearance, Daniel had called her twice. Both calls, she said, felt off, but the second call, on November 5th, 2 days before he disappeared, she noted something. In her words, he paused in the middle of a sentence and I asked what was wrong. And he said, nothing. I just thought I heard something. And I asked him what. And he said, I don't know. I keep thinking I hear something in here when I'm alone, like the apartment isn't empty. And I told him it was probably the building settling. Old buildings make noise. And he said, yeah, you're probably right. She paused during the interview. Then she added, he didn't sound like he believed that. A structural engineer reviewed the building's blueprints and inspected the physical space of apartment 4C. His conclusions: no hidden cavity exists behind the western wall where the footprints terminated. No accessible void space beneath the floor sufficient to conceal a person. The ceiling original 1931 plaster showed no disturbance and no accessible space above it within the 4th floor. There is no route out of apartment 4C that is not covered by at least one security camera. His assessment, precisely, from a structural standpoint, there is no physical means by which an adult could exit apartment 4C without passing through the front door.